Hi, lovely. I'm really happy to be with you and to share with you some of the perks you can get from reinforcing your connection with nature. Today, I would like to really discuss the four areas in your life in which you can easily add a touch of nature and feel all the better for it. You see, the positive effect of building and strengthening your connection with nature are well documented. Although it's not completely understood why, many pieces of research have demonstrated that living a more natural lifestyle leads to better health overall, higher level of energy, a sense of calm, greater confidence. To put it simply, living closer to nature makes us happier. At the opposite, I would like to read you a quote from Lindsay Royan, who is Head of Psychological Services at the North East London NHS Foundation Trust. Our separation from nature is no less than a separation from ourselves, leading to a sense of disconnection, loss, and loneliness. This dis-ease with ourselves and our surroundings can provide the foundations for mental distress. You see, here is the paradox. We've never needed natural connection so much with the high tempo of our life and the stress we collect along the way. Yet, we feel too busy to give any time to nature. We think it will take too long. We don't have that luxury. At the extreme, we completely reject nature. Yep, there is such a thing now called nature deficiency disorder. So if you feel a bit ill, if you lost your appetite for life, if you feel that everything is just going too fast without you having any control, if you're constantly exhausted, well beyond the level of physical activities that you do, it doesn't have to be like this. And I'm here to show you another way, a way to integrate nature in our busy life and reap all the benefits of living a more natural lifestyle without having to turn up like a hermit in the wood. So, who am I to say that? First, I'm a self confessed greenie. I've always liked being outdoor and I grew up in the countryside. I then went on to study environmental science and the impact of the built environment on our well-being. Yet at some point I lost my way because life happened with its ups and downs and a lot of downs and problems, worries, disappointment. At one point I crumbled and I was diagnosed with severe anxiety and moderate to severe depression. Now, I'm not going to tell you that nature alone cured me. I had some fantastic support from my GP and from the NHS mental health. But nature certainly started and speeded up my recovery. I still remember the feeling when I sat outside in the sun for the first time after months of darkness in my head. When I started feeling better, I then decided to explore how living more naturally can influence our well being. And I was really blown away by what I discovered. So, what do I mean by telling you that living a natural lifestyle doesn't have to be hard? Well, the key is to make a bit more space to nature in our hectic lives, not to run a revolution. After all, you're not going to be living in a hut in the deep of the forest, completely disconnected from civilization anytime soon, are you? So, we shouldn't try to aim too high and be discouraged. What counts is to put a little bit of nature in our 21st century life by little touch, light contacts with nature, repeated every day and ideally several times a day. We can all learn to reintegrate nature in four important areas of our life: what we do, what we eat, where we live and work, and how we care for our body and mind. What we do and where we do these activities is probably the first thing that comes to mind when thinking of living in a more natural way. Yes, being outside helps and generally increases our level of well being. But contrary to popular belief, it's not just physical activity outdoor that is good for you. Even dining al fresco can boost your mental health. So that's a good news. What we eat is obviously very important because it touches on what we put inside our body and what it will be able to use as building blocks to feel good. Rubbish in, rubbish out, as they say. Where we live and work has a massive impact on our connection with nature. And again, it doesn't mean you need to be living in the middle of nowhere to feel good. The secret is to bring nature indoor with you and experience it with all your senses. Try to see nature, to hear nature, try to smell it, test it, touch it. And finally, how we care for our body and mind is a biggie. Many of us have lost the ability to listen to our own natural rhythm. And I'm not going to lie to you, that is the most difficult thing to do because we've usually built our life in such a way to go completely against our natural needs. But when we can start to listen again to our body and our mind, just a little bit more each day, we're on a winner. I know that some of you probably think, well, okay, it's fine for her, but I really don't have the time. Well, actually, that's the secret. What I will show you in my next video is that you can take small steps which don't necessarily require more time than their unnatural counterparts. Okay, it will probably need a little bit of willpower to get out of what you know, of your normal routine, of your comfort zone. But overall, it is fun, and these small steps can soon become healthy habits. Or you might think that this is not for you because you live in a big city or you're not very mobile, so you can't go in nature easily. Well, in that case, my message is exactly for you. Actually, living a natural lifestyle, if you live and work in the middle of a field, is quite easy. What is more difficult is to find these small opportunities of contact with nature on a day-to-day basis, living in the 21st century and having to go to work and having to take your kids to school and obviously being connected with your phone and your mobile and not just going and visit nature on weekend and holiday. Oh, by the way, living a more natural lifestyle doesn't mean that you need to be outside all day. So I will show you that there are a lot of things you can do to bring nature inside. So as mentioned in my next video, I'll give you some concrete example of small actions that you can take to fit in your own routine, some easy things to try that will make you feel better when you do them. Well, I hope you liked this video and that you can already see how, in a small way, you can open your life to nature again in what you do, in what you eat, where you live and you work, and in how you take care of your body and your mind. If that's the case, it would really make my day if you could like this message and share it. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the box below and I'll answer them from everyone. After all, you're probably not the only one having these questions, so it's just better if I just give a complete answer. So bye for now, and I'll speak to you again in a few days. Bye.